Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Pinch Loren the Amazon Princess with me, Stuart. Fascinating. So yes, last time we were perusing around the town, trying to look for clues, but combat and castle seems boring, so we're just gonna head on to the tavern. The search for information was more difficult than they had anticipated. Their investigation had only brought them trouble and suspicion among the locals. Worse, Loren was not earning any favor for being an Amazon princess. She confided in Saren that if her title was not to be honored, she would refrain from invoking it. She was willing to put her pride aside for the sake of her mother. By the time they reached the tavern, the sun was starting to set. Fearful of getting the same treatment that she received elsewhere, Loren held back and waited for Saren to turn to her. It is late, and we have learned nothing new. What do we do now? Saren was surprised at first, not understanding why royalty would ask a mere servant for advice. Then he remembered that it was the first time that Loren had been outside the Amazon citadel. My, the mighty Amazon princess asked her humble servant what to do. Loren found no amusement in his comment, and instantly glowered at him. I will cut your head if you try to make fun of my questions again. Do you understand that? Yes, of course, Your Highness. I apologize. We should see if they have rooms to rent here and call it a night. Fine. It seemed that she had absolutely no sense of humor. Loren walked over the counter with a confident stride. Give me a room. The bartender ignored her and continued with what he was doing. Did you hear me? Maybe not. You! Give me one of your rooms! That was really British. Loren raised her voice when she spoke, but the owner still ignored her. Acknowledge my presence, you uneducated lout! Let me try, Your Highness. Sir, may we please rent one of your rooms for tonight? Nothing. These humans are animals! The bartender scoffed. Loren's patience was gone. She reached across the bar and grabbed the owner by his tunic, yanking him clear off the ground. In the citadel, guards! Guards! Some guards who were standing in the corner hurried towards to apprehend them. Draco suddenly appeared out of the crowd and hurried to the side of Loren and Saren. Be gone, weakling! No need to thank me! The half-elf magician whipped up a bright hot wall of fire, sending everyone further into panic. The fire did not burn everything, but it was too hot, keeping the guards at bay. You followed us? Of course I did. Loren drew her swords. I spared your life once. Do not get in my way again. Don't kill anyone. We don't want trouble with the Empire. Yes, what he said. I'm too handsome to die. Loren growled and ran right through the wall of fire. Draco and Saren could only hear her fight off the guards. Huh. She shouldn't be able to do that. Saren shook his head and ran through the firewall as well to help his mistress. Draco chuckled at how little his magic daunted these two travelers. Not like most folk, are you? Draco will now fight at your side. He is a mage, and his mages are cool. Alright, so he's got to stay at the back. And I'm going to put her up here. And this pattern absolutely matters not at all, but fuck it. Alright, let's see here. Fireball! Holy shit! Okay. Magic's good. Go team. Ooh, level up. Auto assign. Loren kicked the last guard, sending him to the floor, where the rest of the guards were groaning in pain. The fight and the fire died down, and an empty tavern was all that was left. Loren wiped the blood from her face and stalked back over to the bartender. Where were we? Begone, you filth! We'll only call more guards! Before Loren could respond, a bag of gold suddenly dropped onto the bar top in front of them. Everyone looked over to see a stout girl sitting at the bar with a hand on her hip. Oh, just give the silly people their room, Gunther. Stick to your own business, little girl. Little girl? Little girl? Okay, I apologize for that absolute shift in accents. She stood straight up to the bar and stomped over to the party, kicking mugs and plates off the top as she did. Her small stature told them immediately that she was a female dwarf, not a young woman. You take that back, or I'll be taking my bag of gold back. Everyone stared at her. Even at her size, she looked deadly and dangerous. As if she had bags of gold to throw away, she was probably someone of great importance. That's... The dwarven woman suddenly smiled and laughed. I'm just joking with you. Being little is my best quality. Fit in small places, never found for days. My name's Dora, by the way, and this is Gunther. Say hi, Gunther. The bartender mumbled and took the money in exchange for a room key. Dora? That's a lovely name for a lovely dwarf. I'm Draco Firestarter, and yes... Draco reached up to shake the dwarf's hand, but Loren quickly slapped his arm away. What do you respect in return for your gold? Why are you helping us? Because you're different. You mean strangers? No, silly. I mean you're very tall and angry looking. You're an Amazon, right? An Amazon? Oh, that explains the tallness and the angriness. Hold your tongue. I'm a dwarf, so I'm different too. Here's a tip for you. Since you're obviously new around here, money always makes you new friends. Thank you for your advice. You're very welcome, miss. Would you perhaps be interested in sticking together? I need all the allies I can get. Saren blinked in surprise at Loren, but Draco frowned immediately. We're in the process of conducting a rather lengthy search. Would you like to accompany me? A trip? Huh. I don't know about that. I can't afford to just leave my job here. There will be a substantial reward upon completion. I am Loren of the Amazons. The dwarf eyes lit up. A princess? Then this sounds very interesting. I've always been a bit of an adventurer, you see. I will get her voice down eventually. Maybe. And for the first time Saren had known her, Loren smiled. I'm glad to hear that. We'd love to have you to come along with us. Why did she get a formal invitation when I got a pointy sword to the throat? Loren's demeanor changed when the man approached her with a scowl on his face. I'm a magician and I have amazing skills. Look! He sent fireworks shooting out of his hand. Knock that off! Oops, sorry. You're so persistent. Loren turned to Saren to ask her next question. What do you think we should do? Should I pull them dank moves? Well, as long as he isn't trying to seduce you, I see no problem with him being around. She snorted. A man seduce me? I do not believe it to be impossible. Loren looked at Saren briefly, but said nothing. Yeah, one love heart. Go team. She returned to Draco, her expression as impassive as it always been when dealt with men. You may join our group if you're so determined. Stars and moons, my wishes have been granted. Calm down. Yes, your almighty Amazon princess ship. Both Loren and Saren sighed in his exasperation. The newly expanded group ended up booking 3 rooms for the cranky owner. Draco and Dora each took their own room, while Soren and Loren shared a room. They had both settled down when Loren started to undress from her light armor. She stopped before she removed her top as she noticed Saren was watching. Saren couldn't help but stare at the princess's booty. Ah, swiggity swiggity. She looked perfect in countless ways. Her body was strong, but she was still always elegant, and everything about her had a sense of confidence and loveliness. He distantly thought that any lovers that the woman took would be very fortunate men, even if she did not love them. She was strong more than just physically. There was no questioning that she was mentally strong as well. For one, only a person with great strength of heart would deny a royal crown to instead search for a loved one. He remembered how she had said that a man could not seduce her, and when he challenged that, she said nothing. Was there room in her heart for someone other than a woman? For a slave? Turn your eyes away. She glared at him irritably, and he looked away immediately. Sorry, Your Highness. I don't want to have to tell you again. At least have some humility if you're going to be staying in the same room as I am. Understood. I know decency is difficult for a man like you, but know that I'll kill you if you try anything. I'm supposed to be protecting you. I can take care of myself. The sun disappeared beneath the horizon, and the room became completely dark as night came. While the conversation could have gone better, that was the moment when Saren realized just how special Loren was. She was beautiful, deadly on the field of battle, and later in this tale, the one to make the most difficult decision. What? Saren woke up with a start when he heard several suspicious noises and saw that Loren was already awake, hurriedly getting dressed in her armor. Get ready to fight! Now with this surprising twist, we were all just thinking we were off to bed, but alas! Danger! So yeah, I'll catch you all on the next Let's Pinch the Loren Amazon Princess. Bye-bye.